Magandang umaga mga kaibigan. Ngayon po ay araw ng Linggo at bukas po ay holiday din. It will be May 1, Labor Day. And sana po lahat tayo ay nag-enjoy ng ating extended holiday, extended vacation because Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So ngayon pong umaga naisip ko ano kaya ang magandang tawag dito, magandang topic o magandang pag-usapan. Okay, ngayong umaga nabasa ko sa isang balita na ang ating Pangulo Ferdinand Marcos Jr. ay nakatalaan na magbiyahe papunta ng Estados Unidos at meron pang dalawang bansa yata na siya napupuntahan. Alam niyo, napakahalaga yung tinatawag natin na diplomacy, lalo na sa international relations natin ngayon at lalo na sa panahon natin ngayon na medyo magulo ang ating international relations. And today our world is becoming a multipolar world and there are different forces contending with each other. Kaya tayo naman, although ang Pilipinas ay hindi naman tayo superpower, siguro hindi naman tayo kahit kailan matuturing na ganon, pero tayo ay nasa gitna ng mga nag-uumpugang batong ito. At alam nyo, napakahirap ng kalagayan ng Pilipinas kasi nasa strategic location tayo. We have a strong alliance with the United States of America, and at the same time nandiyan din ang ating kalapit bansa na China, which is a growing world power, a regional power and a world power. So at least economically, China is becoming a world power, and militarily maybe it can exert its influence in the region, although it has not been involved in any external operations in the past. Kaya lang, yun nga, it provides a challenge for all of us na kung ito man ay magkaroon ng challenge ang Amerika at saka China, tayo palagi ay nasa nag-uumpugang bato. And this is a challenge for our leaders to exercise diplomacy. Hindi lang siya isang ordinaryong diplomacy, but it is a complex and complicated diplomacy because our leaders have to balance between the interests of the two countries, China and the United States. And yet we also have to think of our national interests. So pag sinabi nating national interest, ito yung bagay na makakabuti para sa ating bansa. Ito ang dapat na inuuna natin sa ating pakikipag-ugnayan sa mga bansa, sa mga iba-ibang countries. Dapat isinasaisip natin ano ang advantage ng Pilipinas, saan siya mas mabuti, at ano ang dapat na desisyon natin gawin para maisulong natin ang ating interest. At nasa precarious tayong sitwasyon, and I know I just trust our leaders that they are doing their best and they are coming up with decisions that is for our best interests. And sometimes mahirap din i-gauge ang logic ng ating mga tao sa iba-ibang bansa sapagkat countries are made up of people, they are made up of leaders, and they have different cultural backgrounds, and they have different ways of thinking, and these are the things that we should be able to figure out and be able to navigate cautiously and successfully in this process. Kaya itong pagdalaw ng Pangulong Presidente Marcos sa Amerika, this is an strategic move, not only in a sense of military or security aspects, but foremost in terms of economy. Sapagkat alam po natin na tayo ay nasa pandemya, post-pandemic, at marami tayong komplikasyon na kinakaharap in terms of economy. Although hindi lang tayo, pati rin yung ibang kalapit bansa natin, ganun din ang kanilang dilemma. But we cannot just stay here and watch and look at our neighbors. At yung sabi nga, hindi pwede tayo nakikidumamay lang. Dapat tayo ay nag-iisip at gumagawa ng paraan paano natin maisusulong ang ating ekonomiya despite of this post-pandemic symptoms. And lalo na yung tinatawag natin na food security, especially that we are buffeted with the effects of climate change. And these are the things that we need to uphold in terms of policy, in terms of planning. Dapat po ay futuristic tayo, and ito ang pinagsisikapan ng ating gobyerno. And we hope and wish na sana po ang ating mga technocrats, mga tao na nagbibigay advice sa government ay nakakapag-generate ng mga magandang ideas para ma-anticipate natin yung darating na problema. So hindi tayo dapat reactive, dapat tayo ay proactive. Meaning to say, we should have already figured out in our minds different scenarios. So kailangan, kung tayo ay nasa larangan ng pagpaplano, kailangan na i-imagine natin ang mga alternative futures. So like future number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and it can be all this, and we have to prepare for all these kind of situations. And you know, yung mga ibang tao minsan, of course, they criticize the government kung bakit daw palagi na lang nagta-travel ang ating leader. Maybe it's not that, you know, kailangan pa rin natin ang pagta-travel kasi yun nakikipag-ugnayan ng ating bansa sa ibang country, and we need to boost the investment. We need to have some personal contact with them so that they will be encouraged and enticed to invest in our country. You know, diplomacy is very important because, you know, decisions are made by leaders, and we need to persuade them to be sympathetic to our cause, and then that is one way of advancing our national interest. But above all, my friends, let us just pray that our leaders will be able to find a way to avoid war and avoid complications, because war is something that we do not imagine, but it can happen if things are not right. And just look at Ukraine, what is happening in Ukraine, and nobody want to wish that would happen to other countries, but in emergencies it could happen, just like what it happened in World War II. That's why we have to work for peace, and we have to explore all peaceful solutions to our problems, international problems, and we wish that our leaders will be able to find a way. So yung mga estudyante ko dyan sa contemporary world, so next semester when you enroll in my course, we will be discussing this in more detail, and I hope that it will help you so that in the future when you become elected as our political leaders in our country, you will be conversant with this. Ito ang palagi kong sinasabi sa inyo, na if you are majoring in peace and security studies, you should have a very keen understanding of international relations, because that is the playing field of peace and conflict studies. And I hope that you will do extra mile and take interest in these matters. So thank you so much. Have a nice Sunday. Enjoy your holiday.